All right, guys, welcome back to the Coosa River Farm Boys. If you've wondered where we've been, there's been tons of tournaments at work. I'm trying to close out the school year. Jeff's taking care of his mother.
Yeah, his mother's had a hard time.
Yeah, Otter has been working more than he wants to work.
Exactly.
And he's following two grandkids playing baseball.
And Emma broke her arm.
Yeah.
That's been an ordeal. So
yeah,
we're past that now.
Physical therapy and all that kind of stuff. But today, me and Otter are going to work on getting the beans stuck so we can have rattlesnake green beans. Now, we're kind of on a time constraint, and we got about an hour and 45 minutes to work, and I'm going to let Otter announce why I'm on a time constraint.
Okay. Al has been promoted to the girls basketball coach at Fayetteville High School, and he has tryouts in about what, hour and a half, two and a half hours.
4, but I need to get there about 3:15.
Yeah, he's got a couple of hours.
Yeah,
we're going to spend it wisely.
I'm going to be the girls varsity basketball coach at Fayetteville High School. I have not coached a varsity game in 8 years, and I hope time has not passed me by. But I've got a practice schedule, and Otter, you saw the practice schedule. It's pretty detailed.
Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. You ready for tryouts anyway? All
right, we're going to come over here and show y'all. All right, this is tomatoes, close to 100 tomato plants. We got corn on the end, and later on we'll tell you some more about that. We've got 3 rows of cucumbers right here, 2 standard cucumbers, and 1 row of pickling cucumbers. We got a row of squash, and we got 3 rows of sunflowers, which are being a little ornery on coming up, and of course Gracie's stepping all over. Now I'm going to show y'all something. This is the enemy of a gardener. That's red-rooted pigweed, and getting that stuff out of there is tough. But Otter, let's go over here and show what we're going to be using. This right here is vegetable netting from Hoss Tools. It's 100 foot, 5 foot wide, 100 foot long, 5 foot wide. I think it's $29, and at the end of the season you can just cut it off and put it on the burn pile. And we got zip ties. You'll be the brains of the operation.
Okay, that's normal.
Yeah, that is normal.
And we're gonna run it down the row of posts, T-posts right there. So
yeah, and like I said,
it don't look like there's gonna be no heavy labor involved.
Yeah,
but
who do you think's already drove all the T-posts in the ground?
Oh, Big Al done drove the T-posts. He didn't invite us to, he invited us to drive T-posts one time, and then he never invited us back. Now I really don't know why.
This is the vegetable netting. So we're gonna try to get it unwound, and that's gonna require both of us. So we'll show y'all some shots as we're putting it up. All right, Otter. I'm so glad you came today, because this would have been a very difficult one-man job.
It would have been very hard one man, but we got it looking good down through there.
Yeah, we got it looking good. Otter, can you get right here so the viewers can see?
See all them old zip ties you left on there?
Yeah, I got distracted last year and forgot to take the old zip ties off. And see, I'm just gonna pull this just like this and get this good and tight so these rattlesnake beans can run. And counting the zip ties, this is probably a $45 project here. Wouldn't you think, Otis? The string was $29.99 from Hoss Tools. Now, Hoss Tools, if you are watching this, we will be glad to be sponsored by you, and we will help sell some merchandise.
That's right.
Because I am a firm believer in Hoss Tools. Now, the trick is, Otter's got to take my pliers and get this cut off at the right spot so we can go back the other way. Otter, are we gonna have enough?
That's a good question, Al. I'd be scared to bet either way.
Well, we need to save as much as we can.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, I can't get a bite there.
No, you're getting too far out.
Well, I'm trying to make this thing tight. You want them rattlesnakes to run, baby. That's good and tall.
That's
you
good.
You can play banjo on that, couldn't
Yeah.
you? I'm gonna put one up here, another one, for security purposes. And we got to show y'all something else here in a little bit when we get done. I'll show you something else I purchased that has been a lifesaver. Otter, I'm getting bold here, aren't I?
Yep. You're pulling it real tight. If it breaks loose, it's gonna be saggy now.
Yeah, all right, like you, saggy.
Yeah.
All right, Otter, we're gonna put the camera aside and you're gonna cut this off. I got some pliers in my pocket.
Tell us about your balls in the...
Oh, okay. Let's just set that down and we tell about that. That's a good thing. Now I just ordered these from website to Amazon. All right. Me and my mom had quit growing corn a few years ago because we'd plant it, and when the corn was small, the crows, like, I need to thin this one out right here, it's too close. The crows would come in. This one's too close here. I'm gonna try to get the germ with this one too. All right, you see that right there? Crows are smart. They'd pull that up and eat the corn off of it. Well, I saw these eyeballs on Amazon, and they got, you put the little metallic on there, put them on a pole, put the magnetic tape, and as you can see, we got a lot of trees. These crows sit in the pecan trees.
Yeah.
But they hadn't pulled up any corn.
Yeah.
So if you need some type of scarecrow from your garden, just, they come in a pack of 3. I think it was like $17. And you can see how the wind's blowing them around.
Right.
And hey, they work for me. Maybe they'll work for you. And we got many more updates before this video's over. Otter, you got to cut that off now, baby.
Okay.
Well, guys, somebody put a pole in the wrong place.
About 2 foot further over, 3 foot further over than it needs to be.
And for our viewers, do y'all think Otter's gonna pile drive this whole thing in the ground?
Well, since how you only got one and you already got the gloves on, I'm gonna stay at a safe distance.
Now, Otter, is that gonna be in the right spot?
I think that'll be fine.
Let's take a little break.
I think you went a little deeper than you had to, Al. So let's see if it's going. Yeah, I think that's going to be fine right there.
All right. Well, I got an idea for that other one. It's bold. It's bold, Otter.
What is it? You gonna move? You just gonna leave it or not use it?
No, for what we're gonna do right there.
Yeah.
I got an idea.
See, this is how short he was on his post. So, but
we have solved problems a lot worse than we at this.
yeah,
Because we work at Purcell Farms, and you must, to get hired there, you must be a problem solver, right, Otter?
that's right.
Because, oh, and by the way, let me say this. People come up to us and say, oh, that's got to be such an easy job. Otter, tell them, it can get pretty tough.
It can be a tough job. It's a fun job. I mean, we have a good time. We meet a lot of people, and a lot of people from all over the world.
Yeah, we had people from New Zealand there the other day.
Yeah. And we get them from the Midwest and out west all the time. But it can be demanding sometimes.
Yeah, especially with the conditions. Now, I ended up getting too much. Look at that, Otter. I was talking to our viewers, and I skipped one right here. And, they'll have something to run
We'll get
on.
the top one so I can let go of it.
You can let go now. All right, guys, this is Hoss Tools netting.
Vegetable netting.
Vegetable netting. Now, I need to put one more right here. And this was a job my dad always pressured me. Al, get down here and stick the beams. Well, we used to use cane poles, so we'd have to go out in the forest and cut them and get ticks and red bugs all over you. Hey, just order this stuff and it's route. Hey, Otter, we can take that piece and connect that, right?
It's probably enough.
How long is that piece? Let's see what we can do here. Oh, we might. Guys, this is innovative thinking 101. Do what you can with what you have. And what
I'm kind of filming the sky now, trying to
well,
untangle this.
And guys, while we're at it doing this stuff, now Otter, see how far we can go with that.
We ain't going to that post.
You sure?
Yeah.
Otter, I think you can make it work.
If we could have went to this post, we probably could have went to that post. We're half.
Right.
We got half enough.
Well,
We can go between them two short posts right there.
I guess we can. And then I can put another post in the ground, can I? All right, guys, out there in YouTube land, do what you can with what you have. That's what you do, isn't it, Otter?
That's right.
You do what you can with what you have. And me or Otter, neither one came up rich. Now, we never did without.
Never did without.
But we both lived in very frugal households. Would you agree with that, Otter?
I agree with that.
You know, we'd go to Panama City once a year in my dad's C10 pickup truck, me and my sister and my mom and dad, single cab, 1970 model, no air conditioning. And of course, me and my sister were small then. Otter, do you know why we went in the pickup truck?
Bring watermelons back.
Bring watermelons back so Dad could sell them. And I can tell y'all that they did not pay high school principals back then like they do now. I got a plan, Otter.
All right.
You kind of want to know what it is, don't you?
Well, I'm not dying, but
Viewers know that I have a plan. I have a plan. I got a wonderful plan. You know, when I woke up this morning and got out of bed, had some really fresh thoughts going through my head. It was a dream. It was a wonderful dream. It was the vision of the world working as a team. It was a dream. All right. Now, Otter, how did that slip right there?
because you ain't tightening it.
Well, we got old Steve here, right?
That's right.
Old Steve is my contractor's right-hand man. And y'all getting it done up there now, aren't you, Steve?
Yes. Yeah, we'll get it done.
Y'all don't want my wife getting on y'all's butt, do you? Hey, sooner y'all get it done, sooner we don't have to be in that camper. But camper life has not been bad.
Right.
Good air conditioner in that camper. Now, old Steve's a tough critic. And Steve's come down here to evaluate the garden. Steve, what do you think about these tomatoes? What do you think?
I think they look great.
All right, now Steve, I'm gonna show you something. Come over here, I'm gonna show you something. Come over here, Otter.
I'm coming.
Now, I'm having to work a lot at the golf course now. But what I'll do is I'll run another high tensile electric wire there, probably early Saturday morning. And you know, I've got them tied off here, and I'll keep them tied off, and they'll outgrow these poles. Really? You know, keeps your tomatoes off the ground. You learn something new every day, don't you, buddy?
Yeah.
If you're gonna be a farm boy, you gotta learn it. Now, all right, Otter, and I'm gonna show y'all this too. And I want my viewers to, our viewers, all right, guys, I have no problem with people going and buying plants somewhere. But a plant is gonna cost you between $4 and $5. I bought a grow light, heating pad, bought the seeds from Hoss Tools. I seeded all these from hand. Yeah. And I've nurtured them and taken care of them. And every plant out here but 3 tomato plants and 3 pepper plants have been grown from seed. What do you think about that, Steve?
That's pretty neat.
Is that a weed growing in your peppers?
Yeah, that's gonna have to go. But we want to show y'all the potato patch. Now we got multiple potato patches. Steve and I suffer from high blood pressure, and I take blood pressure medicine. If I bend over and raise up, I get a little dizzy.
Do you really?
Yes. All right. But we're going on up here to the.
Hey, look at the figs.
Oh yeah. You
Figs
like
is coming on.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, we getting little figs all over the tree.
Wow.
Them things will be good.
Them things are good.
Now.
What happened to the potatoes, though?
Okay, that's why, get the camera on me. That's why you're in freshman gardening. All right, there's nothing wrong with these potatoes. These potatoes were planted February the 20th. Now, if y'all remember, we had to cover them up for frost a time or two.
Right.
They were planted February the 20th. They're supposed to be able to harvest in 90 days. So let's do March 20th, April 20th, May 20th. Now, what happens is the vines, get your butt over here, Otter. The vines start to die. That tells you that it's putting on potatoes.
Yep.
Now, when these vines die, you're supposed to wait about 2 weeks. Don't put any water on them. No water. You know why?
If it rains.
Well, if it rains, it just rains. But you don't put any water on them, because that allows the skins on the potatoes to toughen up. Now, Steve, do you like potatoes?
I love potatoes.
Now let's get right over here. Now, I have had to resist the urge.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, get over here, Otter. You see that little boy right there? Get him close.
Yeah. Oh, I see it.
All right. Now you cook one up that size with some green beans.
Yeah.
It'll make you slap your mama on it.
Put it in the stew.
Yeah, put it in a stew. But Otter, that just goes to show.
I mean, is that one ready to eat now? Can you eat that one?
Yeah, but Miyagi, we must be patient.
I mean,
Miyagi.
I'd like to try it.
All right. No, it's not time to try anything. Well,
I get a little snack.
It's probably green.
Otter, we've given everybody a garden report. We got some stuff accomplished today, right?
Yeah, we got the beans staked.
Now,
we're about to pour concrete.
Now, and listen, everybody's good at their various things.
Yeah.
I couldn't cut a 2x4 straight.
No.
If I had to.
Yeah.
This man can cut, he can level, he can square things up, and if I built it, it'd be a disaster. It'd be a complete disaster.
I believe that.
Otter, our sponsors are Jennifer Gallups at Hometown Realty. Is that right? Or
No, front porch.
Front Porch Realty. Our sponsor, and she sales buys. If you're looking to sell buy, you go out and see Jennifer Gallups. If you want a great cake, snacks, sweets, Hanover Homemade. And our newest sponsor is Ryan Coleman of Ryan Coleman Architecture in Sylacauga, Alabama.
Yeah, I think I might have said Gary last night when we done the closing. So.
It's Ryan Coleman. Gary
Ryan
Coleman
Coleman.
was that actor on Different Strokes.
No, there was a Gary Coleman when I was growing up around town too.
Steve, this man's getting senile. Hey, hit that like, subscribe, share, and hit what?
Bell for notifications.
We'll be back next week somewhere.